You ever think about what would happen if the AI we use every day just had the humility to admit when it doesn't know something? I mean, what if, instead of just making up a confident sounding answer, it could just say, you know what? I'm not sure. This isn't just a nice little feature. It is absolutely essential if we're going to build AI we can actually trust. And really, this quote right here, this is the mission. This is the central challenge for anybody building AI systems today. It's not about trying to make an AI that knows everything. That's impossible. It's about programming a kind of intellectual honesty. The goal isn't just getting better answers. It's building a safer, more reliable partnership between us and these systems we're relying on more and more. And this is why it's such a big deal. We've all been there, right? An AI spits out a fact, a recommendation, maybe a chunk of code, and it does it with total, unwavering certainty, and it's just flat out wrong. See, the mistake itself isn't the real problem. It's that false confidence that just completely shatters our trust in an instant. So, how do we do it? How do we actually teach a machine to hesitate? Well, it all comes down to two really important concepts that are designed to solve this exact problem of overconfidence. Okay, first up, we have this idea called calibration. Now, the key thing to get here is that calibration is not about making the AI right more often. It's about making the AI honest about how often it's right. This is a huge fix because so many models out there are trained just for accuracy, not honesty, which is what leads to that overconfidence problem. A well-calibrated AI that says it's, say, 70% confident in an answer should actually be correct about 70% of the time. It's all about lining up that confidence with reality. And when you get that calibration right, what you get is uncertainty. And we've got to stop thinking of uncertainty as a bug or a weakness. It's a feature. It's an absolutely critical signal that tells us, hey, maybe be a little cautious here, or time to double check this, or maybe this is a moment where the AI needs a human to step in. It completely changes the AI from being this fragile know-it-all into a partner you can actually rely on. And this slide just lays it out perfectly, right? The tale of two AIs. On the left, you've got the uncalibrated one. It just blurts out a wrong answer with total conviction, and poof, your trust is gone. But on the right, you've got the calibrated AI. It senses its own low confidence. So maybe it says, I'm not so sure about this, or maybe it just doesn't answer at all. It fails safely. And by doing that, it actually proves it's reliable, and weirdly enough, builds your trust over the long run. Okay, so that covers the what and the why. Let's roll up our sleeves a bit and get into the how. For all you builders and developers watching, this is how you can actually start to make this happen. So it all kicks off with something called confidence heuristics. The easiest way to think about these is like the AI's internal gut check. For every single response it comes up with, it's also running a little side calculation, a score. That's basically its best guess for how likely that response is to be correct. And that confidence score, that's the raw material for everything else. That score then gets plugged into this really powerful process called selective abstention. Here's how it works. 1, the AI looks at what you asked. 2, it generates its answer and that all-important confidence score. 3, it compares that score to a threshold that you, the developer, have already set. And 4, this is the magic step. If the score is below that line, the AI just withholds the answer. It decides it's better to say nothing at all than to say something it doesn't trust. But, an AI that just goes silent isn't always super helpful. So the last piece of this whole puzzle is the user experience. For all you UX pros out there, this is how you design for that I'm not sure moment in a way that's actually clear and useful for people. So here are a few really practical ideas. You can use some kind of visual cue, like a little color-coded bar, to just show the confidence level. If an answer has low confidence, you can have the AI proactively ask something like, hey, is this what you were looking for? And if it abstains, don't just leave a blank space. Give the user a path forward, maybe some links to search results or an option to try rephrasing the question. And always, always give users a way to give feedback. That's how the system gets smarter and better calibrated over time. So, as we start to wrap this up, it really all boils down to one core principle. You could call it the golden rule for anyone working in this space. And this is it. It's better to abstain than to be confidently wrong. This simple idea should be at the absolute heart of every AI system we build. An AI that understands its own limits is just safer, it's more effective, and in the end, it's so much more trustworthy than one that just pretends to know everything. This, right here, is the foundation of responsible AI. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. As you go back to your work, whether you're the one coding, designing the interface, or managing the product, how are you going to build an AI that doesn't just give answers, but actually understands the limits of its own knowledge? Because that is the future of truly intelligent systems.